Alright. Hi, my name's Morgan. I got
Third place at our local Dimension Force case tournament.
Yeah, and before that I did win first place at another locals. I mean, it's a pretty small one. It still went undefeated, like a few people, but still.
Nonetheless, you got
with
this mat.
Sunavalon Therions with gotten this beautiful back to duel mat, all with this deck. I literally learned how to play in like 30 minutes and picked it up in a few days and did pretty well with it, so I'm pretty happy with it. So.
Well, I'm happy to see that you top with this deck. Let's get started on the profile.
Yeah, so starting off with our Sunavalon cards, we have our starter, our Triple Genius Loci. It's essentially the main combo piece you want to start off with. It's a vanilla, that's crazy, but with it, you just go through the entire line, which I can explain over in a little bit. So, really important to open. This is why we play triple unexpected die, 2 painful decision, and 1 for 1. I don't want to play any more of this because seeing too many is kind of bricky, and just seeing one is fine, just so because you already pitch one other copy from your deck, so you start to run out. So the other copy's dead, and 1 for 1's 1 for 1. So I've tried playing pure erase map, but I just can't bring myself losing too much life points. And I kind of want to have a life point lead anyway, so that's the starters. For the other miscellaneous Sun stuff, we have 1 Sunsea Twin, it's for the combo. Some of us play 2 because we special summon this from our deck. This is how we bring back our Sunsea Genius Loci, but I don't want to draw too many Garnets. We play 1 Laurel. This is not too standard in most Sun Avalon decks, but the important thing about this is that this card becomes extender. So if you have more life than your opponent, you can special summon this card. So for example, if you're going second against Punk Therion where they pay life, it's really good to bring out this card as an extra way to keep link climbing. And this card's also important as a way to combo by linking this off, gaining life, and then you trigger your Aromatherapy Jasmine. So it's really useful in that way. I play 1 Snowdrop. This is also another card not a lot of people play. I mean, this card was okay. It came up once in my last game against Brandon Despia today, where I just tributed one of my other cards, and I just made this and I outed their Masquerade. So, but yeah, there is a way to bring this out in the combo, but most of the time I decide it out anyway, so I don't know if I can keep it in. We play 1 Rose Whip for the lock. Pretty fair and balanced card, making them only do 1 spell trap per turn.
Oh yeah, totally.
Compared with the Regulus. And we play 1 Rose Girl, very important with the combo. So it's a very crucial extender. You search off of your Jasmine, and you can even add it back if you control plans. So like this card's crazy. If you had this during the quick draw synchro format.
How come you don't play the generator Mordo?
Mardell is not really necessary. It's kind of redundant. Like it searches you another body, but in the end it just becomes a brick you can't summon. So you're just skipping the extra step of searching another plant. So you're trying to go condense your list a bit. Yeah. We play 2 Sowing. This is what you search off your Sunavalon link, your Dryas. So you go normal summon your Loci, and then you search this, and then that gives you the Sunsea Twin, and you go out from there. I play 2 because this comes a pseudo starter sometimes, so you can go play 1, but I feel like this is really important just to have and at 2 because you can search it very easily. We'll play 1 Shrine. This is our other extender in our deck. It locks us into plants from the extra deck, but this card can continuously bring back Sunsea Genius Loci every turn, so it's not that bad. It even has an effect where it could reset a continuous trap generically by sending it. So if you played something like Rivalry Warlords, which I don't, apparently that can come up. But you can also reset the Sun Avalon Bloom, which is our 1 turn only skill drain. It's permanent, but this card helps you make your big tree get really huge. And yeah, really important for going first as a disruption tool. So that's it for the Sunavalon stuff. Next we have the Therions. So 3 Lily, 1 Regulus, and 1 Colosseum. This is what really made the deck top off, in my opinion. Because just having an extra negate on top of everything, just having this an extender, really crucial. Like, because you just summon this off, you add this off the combo, you get the Colosseum, get the Regulus, and then you're off to the races. Like, so good. And then for the Adventure Engine, because your starter is a normal, so you don't care about your normal summon at all. So you go, I play triple Enchantress, 1 Illegal, 1 Griffin, and 2 Rights, 1 Fateful Adventure, Dracoback, and Foolish Burial. The 2 Rite of Armistier is a little bit sussy, but the reasoning is because I don't want to overload too much on my Adventure Engine, and again, I'm trying to cut it a little bit narrow my deck size. So I want to see this a little bit more often. And the reasoning is, well, I'll bring up in one of my other extra deck cards coming up soon. But I like seeing this more also like as a way to bait out hand traps, like Ash Blossom, for example. And
Ghost Ball doesn't seem to be that prevalent in the format at the moment, so it helps.
Yeah, Ghost Ball doesn't really come out too often now. As for the other cards here, Illegal Knight, this card is insane. Like, if you activate this against a Sword Soul board, you win. Like, if they have no follow-up, you just activate this. Then you go effect of Dracoback, bounce this back to hand, then effect, summon it again during their turn. Like this card going second, so busted. And of course, Griffin Rider is Griffin Rider. It's basically your Call by the Grave for your combo, because your deck's really fragile. So altogether, it's a really solid combination of everything. And onto the hand traps, we have only triple Ash and triple Imperm. I felt like this was enough. I tried to experiment with like Veilers and Jewel and Lockbird main deck, but I feel like this was pretty much standard. What was good enough to generically hit most of the things in the format anyway. Because of course, Imperm's really good going second. Just try to bait out. So, and finally, we decided to play triple Droplet, 1 Call by the Grave, and 2 triple Tactics Talent. So I originally tried to play Cross-Out Designator in my deck, but I didn't want to condense my deck with so many bricky cards. And going second, I feel like it's much more important to have a way to break through go second boards, especially against like Masquerade, for example, which devastates our deck. So we really want to have a way to stop that as much as possible.
Understandable.
Yeah, and of course, Call by the Grave, and triple Tactics Talent really helps a lot when you bait out a hand trap and then you just get free information by ripping out a card or just drawing 2. And most of the time, it's me drawing 2 cards. Just help me draw the cards I needed to win the game. Like, this card is amazing. So that's it for the main deck. It is 45 cards. So onto the extra deck, I have triple Jayas. This is what you're going to be going to in the combo. Just the generic link one. It's not once per turn. If you summon the extra monster zone, you can add the Sunvine, Sowing, or the Shrine. And then if you take damage, especially off the Shrine, the Sowing, you summon another Sunvine from your extra deck. And most of the time you're going for the healers. I'm playing 3 healers. Only because I don't have any other of the Sunvine Thrasher or Garna. Because I had the chance to pick them up, but I just didn't. I just found another healer. But to be honest, this is fine. You just need bodies to summon off of this, and the other 2 for the combo.
Also just helps you in time, doesn't it, at that point?
Oh yeah, like you can get up easily like over 9,000 life. Like, that helped me win against time against Floowandereeze. And Thrasher is so insane, like, because this card, if you combine it with your high level links, your 2 Melias and the 1 Dry Trencher, because this card helps you extend with your combo by summoning back your Loci, and this card helps you search your Bloom. But when I did this against my Branded Despia, I went effective this to make this attack 3 times, and then he goes up to 4,000 attack because I'm targeting my Dry Trencher, so I attacked him like 3 times with this. Like, this card shouldn't.
He might look small, but he's a pretty dangerous threat.
He's a chunky boy. Like, he's the way you push through going second. I wish I could play 2, but it is what it is. We have 2 Jasmine, very important for the combo. Her search effect is not once per turn, but her effect to tutor from the deck on field is once per turn. So really important for your link climbing combos. Yeah, really, really imperative to play it too, in my opinion. And we play 1 Sylvan Dance Peony. So not a lot of people play this card in their decks, but it's really useful as a plan B type of card. It just needs 2 plants, so when you summon it, you declare a number 1 through 3. Well, you always declare 3, and you excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, and then for every plant, you can summon up to 2 of them that you excavated. But you can't use them as lake material, but that's fine because you can also exceed it into Teardrop. So, for example, if you have the Lily in graveyard, you can summon this card by making the monsters pointing to the Dance Peony, target Borea, and they become level 8. So if you summon, for example, you summon 2 plants off the effect, you go summon this, and this becomes Disruption. So it's a quick effect. You target a card, distribute it. You just straight up tribute it for free. No other stipulation whatsoever. So it's pretty good. It doesn't come out too much, but it's pretty neat outing certain situations. Like I had to out like a 7,000 attack Niburu of my own. And then finally the Bengal Lancer as a disruption in the combo.
Pretty much your Firewall Dragon that can respecial itself.
Exactly. So that's it for the extra deck. Onto the side deck, we have Triple Drone Lockbird. Originally this was Triple Nibiru, but I felt like this card hurt a lot more towards like Branded Despia, Fluonderies, most of those kind of decks. Like
Also helps against the like ABC Therion matchup too.
oh, definitely. I was thinking about that too, like Therion Punk, and this card definitely like got me my win against Therion Adventurer ABC, just preventing them from stopping. Because with Nibiru, they'll most likely just play around the Nibiru anyway by setting up a negate. But if they try to get an initial search first, they'll fall for this card and they will have no setup against. They have to have like Call by the Grave in order to stop it. So once it goes off, it's pretty free. Or that or just they have Gamma. But I think this is can be really devastating if it just goes off for free. And then we have double Dark Ruler no more. I felt like I just needed extra ways of disrupting the board against the mirror match or against other heavy negate boards. And of course Masquerade as well. So we decided just to have extra ways to stun the board and just go off because your setup is also pretty fragile.
No one likes paying taxes to the government.
Nope. We do not. We play triple Twin Twister and Duster because we don't want to lose the back row decks, but especially because we also don't want to lose the Zombie World. So again, like this was originally Red Reboot, but I figured getting the Branded in Red out of the way or any other disruption card is really important.
Whatever baits them out.
As well as the Mystic Mind, which is very popular this format.
Very popular now. That's why we have to get rid of it.
You have to have back row hate, of
Yeah,
course.
we have to side it out. It in, unfortunately, against certain decks. And finally, we have Triple D Barrier. Everyone's playing this card in this format now because of the 2 other best decks, Sword Soul and Branded Despia, and Triple Anti-Spell Fragrance. So I decided to play this over something like Rivalry of Warlords because Rivalry doesn't really do anything against Sword Soul specifically, and we also just falter towards our own Dark Ruler No More or any other high value spell card, like any Breakout. So I wanted to play this. Like I know it's kind of redundant with the Rose Whip combo, but sometimes like if you open this, there's a way you can get into, instead of making Rose Whip, you can go straight into the Teardrop as a disruption. So this card, it just auto wins by itself sometimes. Like it's Branded Despia, no Branded Fusion, you just win. That's
Especially with the deck that just uses fusion spells, like that's how you play.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, then you lose.
Yep, so that's it for the main deck. And now,
Those are for your side deck.
yeah, oh side deck. Sorry. Well,
How satisfied were you with? How satisfied were you for today's tournament?
I felt pretty good. Out of 60-ish or so players, 3rd place. Yeah, I didn't originally plan to play this deck today. I was gonna play Ignister, but I was so happy to give it a chance, and well, look at where I am right now. So yeah, I'll be playing it for a while. Maybe go take the regionals. Who knows?
I'm glad you had such an enjoyable time. All right, thank you for the deck profile.